Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Joe. Welcome back to SNES's Life. Tonight we're going to be playing Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. Carmen Sandiego was a PBS show and a set of like old PC games back in like very early 90s to help teach kids about geography and things. They were kind of school based. The game show was extremely difficult and very few kids ever won because geography's fucking hard. And I was not good at them. But ignoring that fact, let's take a look at the box art here. And it's a bunch of people in different time period costumes, including, I guess that's Carmen Sandiego on what looks like a stolen motorcycle. I don't know. It's whacked out. That's a fact. Looks like we got like a Three Musketeer, a Spaniard, a Queen maybe. I don't know. Not quite a knight, but definitely like maybe a nobleman of some kind. I wouldn't have looked at this box at a video store and been like, let's get this. I would probably just walked away from it. Back of the box doesn't leave a whole lot more in terms of making me want to play the game. So solve the greatest crimes of all time. 7 levels, hundreds of cases. Yeah, so over here on the right side, you're going to see 4 different images. Our usual screenshots here is 1 inch each. And they are, I mean, that's your game right there, basically. The entire game takes place in this like computer overlay, and you're pushing buttons to go places and find clues and eventually find and capture these people. And yeah, it's not, graphically, it's not exciting. So that's okay. We're going to play it anyway. And hopefully it won't be that awful. We did find a manual for it, thankfully, because the game does not explain a damn thing. And the manual, to be fair, hardly explains anything either. So I think this may be the last picture you see right here. You get your controller, and then it's text, 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 text. It's 19 pages of what you're supposed to, push on buttons to do what. Very explanatory. It helps, thankfully. But no real artwork, so to say, no screenshots. So you see it say a lot of times, press A, B, X, or Y, because all the buttons do the same thing, which is just activate whatever button you're on top of in your overlay. Hey, Rob, how are you doing? I remember playing this on PC millions of years ago. Yes, I'm sure you do. I remember playing it when I was, I don't know, 10. Probably younger than 10, frankly. Damn game's ancient. Anyway, manual is pretty terrible. Like, it explains things, but it's just not visually interesting in any way, shape, or form. Which is not a surprise. However, I am going to force you poor bastards that happen to be on here to watch this nonsense. Maybe watching random stuff on Twitch tonight. Yeah, that's fair. So I went and looked up the original theme song. Rockapella. Carmen Sandiego. San Diego. Oh, Lord. That rockapella is great, isn't it? I didn't realize it was a 2.5-minute song either. That's insanity. Could you hear that okay, Rob? I know it was just piping in from my computer speakers, but I just thought it'd be funny to listen to it for a second. And also I pulled this up because this is what I really remember from being a kid is I watched the cartoon show all the time.
Where on earth is Carmen Sandiego?
I watched the hell out of this cartoon, man. I loved it as a kid. It was just interesting. I was a nerd of a child, too, though, so there's that. Anyway. So yeah, those were, I just thought it'd be funny to bring those up, but this game, we'll start it here, but I can tell you, I already know because I turned it on earlier, the game has no music, unfortunately. So, with that knowledge, I'm going to turn on the Cadence of Hyrule music that I have for my standby screen and just pipe it in behind. Copyright 1989. That must have been when the first Carmen Sandiego came out. Yeah. And that's it right there. You've heard the extent of the music they included in this game, which is just awful. It's just so disappointing. And if it weren't for the freaking manual, you'd have no idea what's going on right here. You'd be like, what do I do? Because you can actually go to all these different rooms. But we're going to go to personnel because that's how you actually start the freaking game. And I'll turn on that music. That way at least there's some music to listen to. Welcome, I'm Diane. Well, Diane, someone did not do a great job with your pixel art. First off, your head's about 2 times too big for your shoulders, but whatever. Here's your chrono skimmer. Sounds so fancy. I got me a little notepad here so we can take notes. And I'm gonna Google the shit out of these clues because 10 to 1 says I don't have a clue where any of this stuff's gonna take me. Intercepted a crime alert. Father Hidalgo's rosary beads. That's what we're looking for, huh? So that's Hidalgo's rosary beads. Mexico, 1810. Unidentified man. Seen leaving the scene of the crime. Well, there's 30 hours of use for the chromo skimmer to apprehend the criminal. It's counting on you to complete your mission. Prepare your skimmer. Time jump! Huzzah! Early half the 18th century was the great age of Mexican architecture, and the Juristic style seen in churches of the period was lavishly ornamented. Alright, so let's look for some witnesses here. Witness. He was heading for the first city destroyed by an atom bomb. Oh. He would love to own the rehearsal. Was it Hiroshima, Rob? I wasn't sure it was Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Let's see what else we get, though. Informant. He wanted to get a job rebuilding Hiroshima. I bet you're right then, Rob. He has pale gray eyes. And those are the important things because you need to have 3 pieces of physical evidence to get a warrant for the person before you can arrest them. But I think at this point we know we're heading to Hiroshima. So we're not gonna do, because what happens, so the 3 searches, the first 2 are like clues, and the third one is another clue, but it's a physical clue, so it doesn't actually give you any useful information about the person, really. And so skipping on that to save time, I think, is important. So there are sound effects, obviously. Not great sound effects, but there are sound effects. An established legislative body called the Diet. The Emperor is the symbolic head of state. Vile henchman! I'm on the right track. See if Bernini had lost his marbles. Audition for Monteverdi's opera Orfeo. Alright, so what we got here is Bernini, Gian Lorenzo Bernini, an Italian sculptor, which that pretty much matches up with the whole Monteverdi's opera. So I think we're going to Italy. Off we go! So there's the Medici family of Florence, control much of the power and wealth of Renaissance Italy. Vile henchman! Dude, shooting at me! Let's see. Visit rebuilt Abbey of Monte Cassino. Well, that's Italy still. We're not even out of Italy. Position Enrico Fermi's electrifying experiments. Okay. I mean, isn't Monte Cassino and Infermi they were Italian, weren't they? Yeah. So I'm afraid that if I do my scanner, I'm going to find this guy, and I don't have a warrant yet. So let's see if we can maybe guess something out of this. These are all bad guys' languages. That's the language I want the game in. It's nice they did program a ton of other languages into the game, at least. Alright, let's look at evidence. Let's see what we can muster together here. We know it's dude. They got pale gray eyes. Hazel, I guess we're just gonna go with gray. A favorite artist or author. Well, let's see what 2 gives us. It's not likely to give us a perfect one, but it might narrow it down for us. Here we go. So we got Liam Building and Rudy Lepay. So if we look in here at the dossier, let's see what we got here. Liam Building. Liam Building, authority and contractor. Red hair and gray eyes. They just finished reading Just So Stories. Okay, I don't think that's going to do anything for us. Rudy Lepay. Ex-Parisian cab driver, brown hair, gray eyes, brags about a big tip he received from a famous Mexican muralist. We started in Mexico, so I bet it's him. So now let's just cheat it. Let's go with evidence. Dude had brown hair. Warrant Settlement data entered. Stand by. Mystery capture of Rudy Lepay. Capture robot activated. Okay. So. Now let's scan. If we find him, great. And if not, we may have to go somewhere else. So the first performance of Puccini's Madame Butterfly. Okay, so he wasn't here, so we're gonna have to travel one more time apparently. Italy is still a thing, it's just a different time period, so I guess we're gonna go to there and see where we end up. I think someone just launched a catapult at us. A sinister person. Suspect is soon to be somewhere within this location. Well, great. Let's find him. And they shot a crossbow at us. I think they're trying to kill me. Sinister persons. Yeah, I gathered that. Sinister persons. Can we find them and arrest them, please? Suspect located. Launch the capture robot. Suspect dead. Robot launched. Oh, there's the bad guy. Like a little robot chasing him. Identity check completed. You have successfully tracked. Oh no! I put a warrant out for the wrong dude. You were able to trail Lee and Billy Ding correctly. Fortunately, warrant data is for Rudy Lepay. Now that's what I get for trying to cheese it, I guess. Although I never found. Yeah. Oh well. We have to let him go. Screwed the pooch. Where this time? Be more careful. It's not a game over, it's just the next case. Pianoforte, stolen from Italy. That was a pianoforte. Mail. Seen leaving the crime. Pianoforte is just a piano. Fight Italy during the 800s called the Risorgimento. There's included Giuseppe Mazzini and Giuseppe Raleigh. What we got, sons? Stealing Wilhelmina's jewels. Loves Dutch Post Impressionist. Well, that's great, except it doesn't really tell me a name of a post-Dutch impressionist, but whatever. Pick Juliana's coronation. Oh, there we got some more information. Blue eyes. Let's go ahead and search the scanner just for dibs, I guess. See if it gives us anything we need. It seems to be Earth announcement for De Kooning. Okay. Let's see. Dutch Post Impressionist. I don't know who Juliana Wilhelm is. Let's see. Queen Wilhelmina of Prussia. Holland, apparently. Alright. Looks like we're going to Holland. In World War II was attacked by Germany. See if Rotterdam was almost bombing. Yeah, a lot of places got smoked in World War II. Henchmen! Appointment with acupuncturist for bad back. There's only a copy of Hunchback of Notre Dame. Keep chin up against con. So there's some porcelain. So, I think we're going China, yeah? Genghis Khan, acupuncture, and Sung Dynasty porcelain. Gotta be China, right? Yay, henchman. Robin Hood's a henchman. Join march by Mahatma Gandhi. Fair enough. I mean, we're going to India at this point, right? Isn't that Gandhi was India? Hey, look, there's Gandhi. This guy led the Indians their demands for freedom, his belief. British influenced the country towards independence. I think this is where I end up finding the dude. I think it's time we again need to try and figure out who we're looking at here. We got a dude. We got blue eyes. Oh, that's hair. Shit. No wonder I didn't see blue. Blue eyes. Let's see. He loves Dutch post-impressionist. Good God. Edgar Degas was a French impressionist. Mexican painter. The hell was Van Gogh from? Was he post-Dutch impressionist? Was a Dutch post-impressionist painter. That's gotta be him. Let's see who we get. Please stand by. That's terrible. I do remember that most of the characters in the show had really bad names. Alright. Well, we got a thing. Let's just scan for him, see if we can dig him out. Boom. Tries to blow us up with firework. A slingshot? That's the best you got? So this should be him. The third click is the person. Yep, there it is. Alright. The evidence portion is insane. I agree, the evidence portion is a little bit of a pain in the nuggets. It depends on you just kind of freeforming at least one of those pieces of evidence, though, because I mean, there's got to be a lot more post-Dutch Impressionist painters. Van Gogh just happens to be like the best known one, I assume. Check completed. You have successfully tracked just in case. Stand by for a message. Congratulations! I cracked the case. The suspect has been found guilty of grand theft. We win! We caught one. This will be given long prison term. Now I assume the cases just get harder every time you solve one. Ooh, I'm a time patroller. Security access code. Password. Hell yeah, next assignment. Three-stringed salmon. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Ring Samson instrument. Japan, 1566. Mail. Good luck. We need all the luck we can get. Turkish shoguns. Japan's isolation. Release the government. What we got? Sample life on Mississippi with Hernando de Soto. Black hair. Let's say Peter Minuit. Map of Jamestown. Well, obviously we're going to USA. I mean, we knew that when it said Mississippi. But Kay's house of Howard Carter. Big brown eyes. Hey, look at that. We got 3 pieces of evidence. Alfred Hitchcock latest film. Release Frank Will's jet engine. Let's see. I mean, we're going to England, right? Surely, yeah. I figured Egyptologist Howard Carter is a pretty English name. Took a terrible toll on Britain. World War I, nearly a million British colonial troops killed. In World War II, British cities were ruthlessly bombed. Henchmen in like samurai gear. Give a few tips on painting walls. He would love to own a painting of sunflowers. Now I assume there is some famous sunflower painting that I wouldn't have a clue about. Play violin with Carlos Chavez. Subscription to the Writer's Diary. Girls famous for his burial worker. Colegio Chico. Mexican social painter. Let's see. And Carlos Chavez, I'm going to assume, is a Mexican violinist. Mexican composer and conductor. Yeah, so we're going to Mexico. First choice. Off we go. Hey, monkey, how you doing? You remember this, huh? Rob, I remember the PC version coming with a mini encyclopedia of the era. That would have been super helpful. Instead, I get Google, which technically I think is better. Oh, let's see. What was the one? The Writer's Diary. Writer's Diary was Virginia Woolf. I think, are we in our 4th place here? Is this where we find the guy? I guess we'll find out if he shoots at me here. Henchman! Steal tickets, comic, opera, Pergolesi. I love the Carmen Sandiego games and the kids' game show and the 90s cartoon. Good quality education. They were good quality education. Actually, at the beginning of this, I was watching we listened to the rockapella and the cartoon intro because I loved the cartoon as a kid. It says fair artist was once a missionary in Belgium. So let's see. Pergolesi was an Italian composer. Giuseppe Piazzi. I'm gonna guess he was an Italian. Yep, Italy. So I think we're going to Italy here. Crap, there's 2 different Italy time periods. So that's only vaguely helpful. Take the scanner for a physical clue and get a better idea. I love the conversation. Good quiet. That acapella song, it is Chef's Kiss. A ticket for Verdi's Rigoletto. Rigoletto. Rigoletto is the opera of the 3 acts Giuseppe Verdi, written in 1851. So, if we look at the travel loggy log here, we got 2 Italys. One is 17 to 1900 and one is 1900 and on. So if it was written in 1851, I assume we're going for the 17 to 1900. We'll find out. If someone shoots at us, we're in the right place. Yep. Alright, so we're in the right place. They're trying to kill me. Alright, so now I gotta figure out who the bad guy is here. Evidence. We know it's a guy. We know he's got black hair, brown eyes. We're thinking The Writer's Diary was by Virginia Woolf, I thought. But not getting a damn thing there. Well, we got 3 things. This should knock it down to at least 1 or 2 people, and we can read the dossier to figure out which one. Where's it? Only one, I guess. Second murder attempt. Oh, we found him already. Also, I would like to point out, it's like we've arrested these people for these crimes and they're going to jail for a couple of years. They attempted to murder a law enforcement officer, which is me. I feel like they should get a lot longer than, like, you know, they're going to jail for a couple of years. Genius. Message from the chief. Congratulations! We've cracked the case yet again. Has been returned to the grateful citizens of Japan. 1566. Genius will be given a long prison term. Look out. Carmen gets some really good lawyers. Carmen does get them really good lawyers. Success will be noted on your record, Time Patroller. Excellent job. Here's your password. Next case. Peter the Great's throne. Stolen. Russia. 1682. Woman seen leaving. You know, I wonder, since we're talking about Carmen Sandiego, give me a second and let me see if I can find something to show you guys. Let's see. How hard will this be to find? Not terribly. My wife and I do go to a board game convention every year. And one year, well, every year they do a cosplay thing, but one year we dressed up as Carmen Sandiego and Where's Waldo. And that is one of my favorite pictures because it's adorable. So there we are as Carmen and Waldo. Just for funsies. My wife makes a hot Carmen Sandiego. It's a fact. I can't see you hiding too well. No, Rob, that's not Akon. My wife wouldn't go to Akon. That was Geekway to the West. Is a board game convention down in St. Louis. So yeah, we always they do it's called Fancy Dress Night. And the first couple of years, people took it to be like suits and ties or prom, and we dressed in prom and suits and tuxes and stuff too. And then we started doing cosplay. And it's in a hotel, so we went one year as Beauty and the Beast. Real nice costumes for Beauty and the Beast. And we were walking out of our room in our costumes, and these like 3 or 4 little girls were coming back to their room from the swimming pool, and they were like, "Oh, it's the princess." It was hilarious. But yeah, that's always a good time. I don't know if I know Rob's a gamer in general. I don't know about you, Monkey, but yeah, we're big. My house is full of gamers, video gamers, board gamers, gamers. We're all gamers. Poetry with Matsuo Basho. What we got? Mahogany hair. Mahogany's just brown, isn't it? Job as Nagasaki trader. Blue eyes. Kabuki playbill. I mean, I figured we were going to Japan when it said Nagasaki, but figured what the hell, might as well pull that and get an extra piece maybe. Japan! Henchman! Monkey, it's transport convention I like to go in Swag, but almost every year's some wedding, something else. That's hilarious. These wedding pictures will have a bunch of nerds in the background. You talking about BotCon? She just had full tilt, Leaning Tower of Pisa. Me and the bridegroom just loved it. We're taking photos with the cosplayers. That's awesome, though. That's so the con that Lord Goober was talking about. It's called Adepticon. It's in Chicago. It's a miniature gaming convention. I play Warhammer, and there are a couple of years where we've been up there, just a ton of nerds playing with miniatures, and Harry Carey's bar and restaurant has a ballroom up there that's not actually like part of the hotel's room, because we rent like the entire hotel. And there's a couple of years there's been weddings, and you know, these people in these tuxes and fancy gowns are walking around. There's just 1,000, 2,000 gamers pushing around toy soldiers. It's funny. TFCon, it's a fan one, but it's easily better than almost every BotCon when they've been around. Meet Guelphs and Gibelinis. Collects paintings of ballet dancers. Music, Guido de Arezzo. Well, anyway, we're going to Italy. I mean, Leaning Tower of Pisa. And D'Arezzo. Sounds pretty Italian to me. Hey, look, Leaning Tower of Pisa. Go figure. Hench. One year, I guess the wedding party tried to complain to the hotel and were laughed at by managers. The 4 days of con. I mean, that's really rare. Yeah, that's usually the way those conventions work out. Like the Adepticon one, I mean, they rent out. It's a Chicago hotel, so it's a massive hotel, and they rent pretty much the entire fucking hotel. There's like 2,500 people there for basically 6 or 7 days. We rent out most of the hotel, so yeah, like no one's overriding that. Pancho heading for Andean country under Spanish rule. She was holding a copy of Hunchback of Notre Dame. The bar alone does more than 10% of the year's profit that weekend. You know, I don't know what the bars make at the con we go to. It's got to be high. But then again, a lot of us just bring liquor and sit in our rooms and get smashed there. Only Andean country there is Peru. Hench. She went to spring. Well, that's England, right? Tower of London. Come on, man. Not even gonna play with it. Off we go. England. This is the point where it starts giving you way more clues than it gives you time, I think. It's just how the game's getting more difficult. Oh, they tried to kill me with a firework. So that means the bad guy is here, and now we need to get my warrant. So, evidence. We got a female. We got mahogany hair, which I'm gonna just say is brown. Unless they... Yeah, no choice for mahogany. What we got? Pains of ballet dancers. I don't know about all that, but who the hell wrote The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Victor Hugo. Author. Victor Hugo. Doesn't want a cool fact about Victor Hugo wrote it to bring up popular support for the cathedral as it was not in a popular favor. Fair enough. Shit, there's two of them, really? Molly Coddle. Carry me back. Okay, so let's look at some dossiers here. Molly Coddle, there she is. Sinister nanny, brown hair, blue eyes, fascinated by French painters and authors. Was Victor Hugo French, monkey? Who's the other one? Carry me back. Cabler, brown hair and eyes, also known as the Virginia Creeper. The last book she read was Les Miserables. Was Les Miserables written by Victor Hugo? Les Miserables, written by Victor Hugo. Crap. Well, it said you had a painting of ballet dancers. And there was a French painter, Edgar Degas, painted between us and painted a famous ballet dancer called the Ballet Class. So this is possibly this lady, but I think the other lady, Coddle, is more likely. Oops. Let's go with, let's see if Edgar Degas, he is. All right, that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna issue a warrant for this Molly Coddle and see if that's her. Poing. More attempted murder. Well, we'll see if I'm right. Red rum. Red coat. Surely that's not Carmen Sandiego. First off, that's only the third capture. I figure Carmen would have to be the 7th capture of 7 levels. That could be a scarf. Yep, Molly Coddle. Yay! I got it right. Congratulations! Anyway, yeah, I've seen pictures of Carmen Sandiego with yellow scarf, so. Long prison term. Off to jail with your ass. Time patroller. Your security code. What's up? So, let's see, 10 till. That's when we usually call these things, is 10 minutes till, and we give our final review. So, where in time is Carmen Sandiego? graphically speaking, it's not impressive, to say the least. It's not very intensive. The pixel art is not impressive. It achieves its goal in so much as it gets across what it needs to get across, but it's just not great looking doing it. Sound and music, there is no music. That's why I've got Cadence of Hyrule playing in the background, which I don't even know if that's like a full soundtrack now that I think it was probably just playing a loop of like that one song or 5 minutes of it or something like that. But yeah, no music, and the sounds are just the of the computer, which is kind of a bummer. Unimpressed with the sound, don't care for it. They're pretty much the same graphics as the PC version. Now I imagine it's probably just a port. So graphics are not great, sound and music not great. Gameplay, the gameplay is fine. I mean, it controls exactly as you want it to control. There's a limited selection of places your arrows can go. Every button is the activate that button. And otherwise, it's just a matter of you keeping clues written down and then being able to take the information they give you and figure out where the hell you're going. It's not a hard game by any stretch. I mean, Google, it's not a hard game. A couple of times in there, I knew immediately where we were going, but there was actually a couple where I'm just like, I'm not going to recognize that name or have anything else. If you didn't have Google, you're goddamn right if I didn't have Google. I didn't know Victor Hugo wrote Hunchback and Les Miserables. I didn't have any idea the dude was French. I just didn't know that. Yeah, Google's kind of important for this. The Carmen Sandiego, I remember the TV show, and I was reading an article once where they interviewed one of like the producers, and they were like, yeah, only like 2 kids ever won the grand prize out of like 90 episodes or something, because the show's so fucking hard, and the games are difficult as well. And Lord Goober said earlier that he remembers the PC version coming with an almanac that covered like the era that the game was about. And I think that would have been super helpful. Basically, that was your Google for that specific game. Now, obviously, I don't have that. The instruction manual that I do have a copy of didn't have any kind of almanac on it, so didn't have that either. But the game controls fine, and it plays fine. It plays exactly as Carmen Sandiego games played. Is it worth coming back to and playing? Probably not. I had a television uncle, which helped. Yeah, helps if you have a nerd of an uncle or some family member. It's probably not worth coming back and playing or hunting this game down. In fact, I'm willing to bet these games probably have been archived on the internet. I bet you can play these somewhere just out of your web browser. So it's almost certainly not worth collecting this game. Although I will say it's probably dirt cheap if I had to take a guess. Let's see. Price charting. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? How much you guys think this game is worth? Wow. I'm shocked, actually. Let's see where. Time. So $3. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Is $3. Loose price $9.84. Complete 36. So $10 basically. I'm shocked it's worth that much. That's got to be nostalgia and rose-colored glasses driving the price up to $10. Because yeah, I don't think I'd be willing to pay more than a couple dollars for this thing. I mean, it is what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a thumbs down. It's not a bad game, honestly, but it is very old. And don't get me wrong, I think actually, some people might enjoy playing this, especially with Google, just because I mean, if you like nerdy things and you like to learn stuff, like the game definitely is going to teach you things still. And even with Google, when you look stuff up, if you read any of the stuff you look up, you're going to get some historical context in there. So it's not a bad game. It still does exactly what it was intended to do. It's just not visually or auditorially impressive. So I'm going to thumbs down it, but it's technically not a bad game. So, yeah. This was the hardest of wearing Carmen Sandiego series. Was it? I mean, I'm not shocked. There was, I think before Monkey popped in, or maybe if they weren't here yet, I think there was one where we had to go to Japan, but there was 2 time periods and we had to figure out which one to go to. So yeah, it's not bad. It's just what it is. So, but that's it tonight. Thanks a lot, Monkey and Lord Goober, hopping in there and hanging out with me while I played. I appreciate your presence. And anybody else who happened to watch and lurk and just didn't say anything, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'll be back on Wednesday night. Let's see, what do we got? This is actually a good set of 5 games after this. So later in this set of 5 games, we've got Shadowrun, Super Turrican, Tasmania, which if it's anything like Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally, not going to be great. And then we got Super Black Bass. Now, Super Black Bass, a lot of people are going to think it's boring, but me and my dad played that game together a lot and enjoyed it. Just because we both liked fishing. It was spending time with my father. So, like, I remember that game fondly, even though it's going to be boring as sin. So I'm excited to play it and see if I can remember what the hell I'm even doing. But that's it. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you later.